Today, we are going to get you the Battlecry, Sun Tzu Reborn, hopefully, and make a man out of you. So that's what we're going to do. Basically, we're going to do it using the mechanic, which no one knows how to use, which is the border conflicts. So yeah, stick around and stay tuned. Basically, you want to come down and get this focus, the border clashes, as fast as possible. And then we want to go to the rival government. Of course, get your research slot and everything first, but yeah. So we'll start off with internal politics. For research, you want to go for the next level of guns, and then your basic artillery, and then you're going to go for the machine tools. And then you're kind of just going to work on your industry, your artillery techs, and your infantry techs. You also want to get civilian trains and trucks early because logistics are super important for this one. We are going to build a supply hub, or sorry, build a railway line to link up our supply hubs. I'm going to start off just building a few civs, and the rest will be mills. With your army, split off the guys that are like most highly trained, delete the others, and just pop all of your factories onto infantry equipment and let it rip. Just go. You want to hang on to your political power. You want at least like 100 political power in your back pocket pretty much the whole time. That's going to allow you to activate and like escalate the border conflicts. The way the border conflicts work, you can trigger them in a province where you have divisions that is adjacent to a enemy or a different nation. So basically there's 3 different enemy provinces that border ours, right? So it's a bit of RNG which one it's going to trigger in. But basically we're going to border conflict our way up the coast as quick as possible and as far as we can. That is hopefully going to allow us to stop Japan from naval invading them, but make China be able to hold out longer, because the longer China can hold out, the more we can gobble them up from the rear. Gobble up the rear of China. I know what I said. What we're also going to do is get the Chief of Army, the Army Offense. It's going to help us with our border conflicts. It's also going to give us some daily army XP that we can use to beef up our divisions. You won't be able to go for your economy for a while. We're going to go for that dude and then your army regrouping, just to get that army XP. People on YouTube seeing this with no context, it's not going to make a lot of sense. Okay, so now you've got your artillery done. You want to do your machine tools, and then you want to come across in here and get your trains, because we're going to need to start researching them, or start producing them rather. We'll go for the war taxes, and then with your infantry equipment, swap it over. Keep 1 factory on there, and then pop the other 2 onto your artillery. And then yeah, once you've got the political power, get the army regrouping expert. What we're going to go for is a template that looks like this. This is going to be the goal for our attacking divisions, and they're what we're going to use for the border conflict. So the reason we have 6 of them is because 6 is the maximum amount of divisions which can participate in a border conflict. We'll link up our supply hub over here as well. Generally, level 2 railways, level 2 or 3 railways across the board is like going to be enough to keep your divisions fully supplied. Cool, we've got a bit more army XP, so we'll add support artillery and another infantry battalion. Make sure you keep these guys trained up every time they drop down when you upgrade them. All right, border clashes, and then cool. So now we've got our machine tools. We're going to go for the next level of machine tools with that production efficiency to build up really quick. We've got our civilian trains done. So rather than going for trucks straight away, because we won't have mills for a little while, what I'd recommend is starting to do either your support, like your infantry equipment techs or your artillery techs. If you need to start training your standard divisions as well. When you deploy them in one of these provinces down here, which doesn't border any of the other nations that you're wanting to do the border conflicts with. If you do border, if you put them in this province, for example, you could accidentally trigger a border thing in any of these, and it might bring in the wrong divisions that you don't want, not your really strong ones. So now the border clashes is done. We are going to go for this one as well, which allows us to do the border conflicts with Yunnan and the Zhebai and the other nations. What we're going to do, once you do a border conflict with a particular nation, there's a bit of a cooldown afterwards. So you're basically going to go against China for as long as you can. Then once there's the cooldown, flick over to Yunnan and then work on them until the cooldown with Japan, with China is done. Now you've got the trains, don't forget to build them. You'll notice we have no logistics right now. Pop down here, go to your economic policy and commandeer civilian trains. A small hit of stability gives you enough trains to fulfill your logistics. So it's worth it in my opinion. And then now we can finish out our division. Cool, 30 width with the support artillery. That's basically where we want it. And then once we've done that focus, so you basically want to come down and get the rival government. That gives us cores on all the territory we're going to gobble up. But not only that, it gives us the access to the full China focus tree, which is really important. So now these guys are exercised to their full capacity. We are going to go to our decisions and we're going to stage that border incident. So the border conflict is going to happen in this province. So we need to move our divisions to the border. When they moved, they de-orged. So make sure their organization is back up before you stage the incident and escalate that conflict. Basically how this is going to work, our divisions are going to get into a combat with the China divisions. And then if we win, we get this whole state. This is super good to do early. Yeah, we're basically going to trigger that. And now you can see the conflict begins. If your divisions have low org, they're going to lose straight away. Some of these divisions keep like dropping down in org, but that's fine. Like we should eventually win this battle. If we don't though, we'll just chuck a restart. If you do win this, if you do lose the first border conflict, just restart because it sets you back such a long way. If you lose one or two later on down the line, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like going to snowball. So yeah, these guys are going to get really thick. Victory, bang, there we go. So we've won that. We've got our political power back. We might be able to run another border conflict. We can run another border conflict with China straight up. I don't know why at the start of the game, it lets you run two like back to back. So we're going to do it. Yeah, annoyingly, it looks like the border conflict is going to happen over here. So we just need to bring these divisions over. Cool. And now we can escalate this border conflict. There we go. Victory Yunnan. There we go. So we can do a border incident at the Yunnan border. Make sure you link up your supply hubs as well. Like for example, pop one over to there, one across to here. I missed the fucking border conflict because I'm an idiot and I wasn't paying attention. We just have to wait a little bit now for that to reset. But what we'll do is we'll pop our divisions over here. So we can start this border conflict here. I'm going to sit with this tab open so that way we don't lose it this time. All right, bang. Straight away, look at that. How quick. I just started playing yesterday, so I'm not that good. I did stream Minecraft a year ago, I watched Hoi 4 a lot. Nice. Well, actually, if you are new to Hoi 4 and you need some help, I actually have a YouTube series. They're made for new players. So yeah, if you're like looking for something to help you learn, feel free to check that out, and hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it helps you while you're starting out. And there we go. So we can escalate it, and we should roll them pretty quickly. Bang, easy done. We'll link up. So. All right, this is just a general tip. Like if you're linking up a port, don't build your railways along the coast. The enemy can so easily just land there, cut off supply, and you're basically gonna guaranteed lose that port. So instead build them back off the coast a little bit, like not too crazy, like just back here is fine. You know, it's just a good habit to get into, I guess. All right, bang, so we can fire that straight away. It popped up right on time there. Cool. Also, now that focus is done, the rival government, we have access to the China focus tree. So you can pretty much do whatever you want from here. Obviously, there are a few that are really good. Like you want to get your extra research slots. You can end up with 5, which is awesome. Going for this one too, that gets you your -5 consumer goods advisor. He's awesome. A couple of these ones into democracy, like your extra political power gain and war support, like stability, they're definitely worth doing. You want to go either the British or US cooperation, because these ones, so this gets you an aircraft designer, and this also gets you a 2-year ahead of time bonus to your fighter 3s. Yeah, your fighter 3s. So you can get awesome planes to shit on Japan and naval invade them a lot easier. Sorry, not naval invade, paradrop into them a lot easier because you need that air supremacy, right? So the foreign investors is really good. Bang, look at that. Victory, easy. So now we've got all of this. Border incident at the Dali border. They should roll pretty quick. Bang, there we go, done. It's a bit tricky because we will struggle for supply, and if your troops are undersupplied, there is a chance that they will lose any combat they're in. So what we're going to do is just try and build a railway. They're still going to drain the supply a little bit, but that's fine. They don't have any divisions here, so we have to actually wait for their divisions to come over, join the battle before we can beat them. It's very, like, Noble. Very noble of us to wait for them. Cool, there we go, done. Again, just double check, are there any supply hubs in here? There are not, so we're gonna build one. The supply hub is built. You can see it on the map. We're gonna escalate. Victory, cool. So now, yeah, as I said, we're gonna come back over. That way we have a chance of doing that one, sure, but we can also do this one, which is like more land across. That'll give us a better opportunity of like blocking off Japan. All right, so we can stage, fuck. All right, we got the bad roll for the border incident. That's fine. We'll just move these guys over here. One of our divisions didn't join. It's a bit rough. That's fine. I think, yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, hippity hoppity. Hubei is now my property. I make myself laugh. You got to make yourself laugh before you can make other people laugh, honestly, chat. Hubei is ours. Thank you. That is free real estate, honestly. Victory in Sichuan. Here we go. Yes, we took over Communist China. You know what that means, chat? That means we can go for Shaanxi. Victory. Bang. Look at this. So we have our paratroopers unlocked, which is good. We have fighter 3s in 1941. No, half of my divisions didn't have any org. We could lose. Shit. Okay, so that's a really good example of why you need to make sure you've got org at the start. Oh, thank God. At least a couple of our divisions had org. Oh, yes, Xi'an is ours. We'll basically train up as many of these as we can get. Nice. Okay, awesome. Yeah, let's attack Japan. They've got, like, no divisions. We should decimate them. So we're just going to attack. We will, of course, end up at war with Italy and Germany. They're so far away, there's like nothing they can do anyway. Japan's got like no divisions here. Gonna move our paratroopers over. Yeah, I'm not enjoying this two-front war. Ah, we took Hanoi. Took Hanoi and I didn't even realize. Let's get ourselves a railway. Yeah, nice. Making good progress here. I've not even been paying attention to this front in a while. So, I need to queue up 1 million manpower for deployment. The grind is real indeed. There we go. So that's actually enough to get the Make a Man Out of You achievement. Here we go. And we have it. Oh my goodness. That was more hard than it should have been. We just need to wrap up these guys. We'll go back up the north as well. Since we don't have any divisions over here, we will bring them over here. We'll stage the incident, and that will get us more territory, and it'll just make it a little bit easier for us to gobble up China in the end. You can keep doing that until you eventually completely swallow them, or you can just justify and declare on them as well. Either way it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our para drops, and I like to go around Hiroshima, because you can actually drop and land completely surrounding it, and that gives you the encirclement bonus. Korea, obviously. We'll also need the Sea of Japan. And then your fighters over here and your close air support, they can go on the home islands. Yes, okay, we're going. We've landed. Let's... Alright, we'll keep attacking Hiroshima. We're almost encircled. Yes, it's working, it's working. Okay, so once this lands, bang. Okay, cool. Just going to move them here to take over that, and we're going to take over the airport. One division move in there. We're going to have the other division move here. These two move there, and these ones move there. We're also going to unassign them so they don't move around. For whatever reason, our divisions have decided not to move here. Yes, it's working now. For whatever reason, they're all moving in crazy directions. That's fine. Look, normally it would work better for you. But, you know, if it works, it works. Now we're starting to roll them. Bang, there we go. So for the achievement, you need to take all of Japan, all of their core states as well. And their core states include Iwo Jima, Saipan, and Okinawa, not the Marcus Islands. So you don't actually need any of these other islands, all right? We're obviously going to take Taiwan, and then we're going to go for all the Japanese cores first. And we're going to hope that we can get it all before the US. We better hope that the US don't puppet anything. So they've liberated Laos. That's fine. We need to take all of this as well. Now, I'm pretty sure that's all peace deal done. So what we're going to do, we'll come up here and we're going to stage the incident with Xinjiang. They actually are part of the Chinese United Front. So I could declare war on them, right? And then nothing will happen. They can't join any of the other factions. No one is guaranteeing them. They're at war with Germany. We're going to war. The British is even lend-leasing me to do this. That should be it. Nice. Okay, so we can take all of this. And that is that. And there's the achievement. Battlecry, we've done it. Oh, that was a fucking grind and a half. 1944, 2 streams. That, look at that. The Guangxi click. I can still not pronounce it correctly. Thanks to everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow, and come check me out on Twitch. And yeah, thanks everyone, and I hope this helped you out. Which country does France have the longest land border with? Do you watch Geographics? I know where you're getting at with this. I'm glad that there's a fellow Simon Whistler fan out here.